Hello. So this is the new one in the continuation of the do's and don'ts that we have been talking about for last few videos. And this one is a continuation of what you should do. So we talked about cleanliness, cleanliness of mind, cleanliness of body, cleanliness of intellect. Now we're going to go to the next one. There are total 5 of these. So this is the second of the do's. The next one is the satisfaction. One should be satisfied with what he or she gets. This does not mean that we should not try to achieve for higher. But there is a difference between trying for higher education, more money, better house, than being not satisfied with what you have. And this is very simply seen. Let's look at simple things. Think about Thanksgiving dinner. Are we happy with what we eat, or we indulge, overstuff ourselves, that sit in front of TV and often say, oh my God, I ate too much? This is what should not happen. We should be happy with what we get. We should try to make use of what we have, and that will help us in achieving things. If I'm all the time thinking about making more money or getting into a bigger house or having a better car or having different varieties of food, this, that, what do you think is going to happen to your mind? It's going to be scattered, disturbed, unfocused, because these all desires will continue to make your mind unstable when you are trying to meditate. So for somebody, a devotee who wants to meditate, he has to have a steady mind. And these desires will continue to interrupt the steady flow of concentration, and then you will not achieve your goals. So the satisfaction or happiness with what you have is very important element for keeping the mind steady. There is also a second problem. Our desires are such that they will always create action from us. And as we have talked about it, the action will create impression. Impression will initiate another desire, and a desire will again initiate us for doing more action. This is a circle. There is also a law of diminishing return. So if you eat a slice of pizza, it tastes very good, and you eat second, and you eat third. But think about it, does it really give you the same satisfaction or the taste or happiness that the first one did? So as we continue to eat more of the same on the same time, our satisfaction is reduced, our happiness is reduced. Think about something that we do only once a year and how anxiously we are waiting for it. Christmas. The shopping, the gifts, the tree, the devotion associated with it. All this is done once a year. But if we do that every day, do you think we will have the same return? We will have the same happiness, same satisfaction, same enthusiasm? So anytime when we continue to do same thing over and over again, and that too frequently, we're not going to have the same return of happiness and satisfaction. So we need to control it by not indulging into an activity that gives us pleasure, because the pleasure would be reduced. We'll need to do it more often. We would like to have more of the same stuff. This is literally like an addiction. The definition of addiction is same dose of the medicine does not give you the same effect, and you need more. Exactly the same thing happens when we do things too often, frequently. We are not satisfied. So satisfaction with what we have should be much better. Go to your closet. Look how many shirts or pants or dresses you have. Think about it, when was the last time you used one of them? And you will realize that we tend to collect, we act on impulse, and we are never satisfied with what we have. You can't wear 3 shirts at a time or 3 dresses at a time, but we tend to collect, and they stay in our closet, and then sometimes we give it to the Goodwill, or we still continue to hold it, thinking that we're going to use it one of these days. Go to anybody's garage sale, and you will see the same thing. The other day, I opened my drawer. I literally have 6 or 7 or 8 cameras. And nowadays with the iPhone, I hardly ever use these cameras. But I collected because one was thought to be better than the other. It was supposed to take a picture. Think about what happens when we take pictures. If you go back to your own iPhone or Android and see how many pictures you have and how many of them you actually saw them again. So our tendency is to do more and more, trying to be, quote, happy, unquote. And according to the law of diminishing return, we continue to do it without being happy. So this particular dose is that be happy. Again, I want to state very emphatically, that does not mean that we should not try to achieve higher goals. But we should not have them affecting our life exclusively. They shouldn't be involving our every breath, every thought, every action. Because when that happens, we will not be happy. We will not be in position to do meditation with a steady mind. So santosh, as it is called, or happiness with what we have, it is an essential part of do's, which will help us on long term for meditation. So I'm just going to summarize the things that we have talked so far about. The things that we should not do is violence, lying, collecting things, the celibacy, or doing frequent sexual encounter with multiple people, and also not stealing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the things that we should not do. Stealing, violence, lying, frequent sexual activity, and hoarding are the 5 things that we should not do. The 5 things that we should do are the cleanliness, happiness or satisfaction, the devotion, the studying of scriptures, surrendering ourselves to the God. So these will be the last ones I'll be talking in my next videos. Please remember that I may go to some other topic in between for a next video and return back to this. This is actually a continuation of meditation and the help that we can do to quieten our mind. Hope you like it and subscribe to it. Have a nice day. Stay safe.